What's up, guys? I'm Moyo, and welcome to another episode of Stride. On this channel, my goal is to inspire people to take the first step towards their goals in life using my personal experiences. And today, we have another special guest in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, this man also happens to be my brother from another mother. Please give it up for Bukosi, Moyo.
Well,
Bro,
how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm okay.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, how is the going though?
Everything is all right.
You're doing good.
I'm doing all right as well.
Okay, that's nice. That's nice. So, anyways, moving on. First thing is first. Tell us a bit about yourself. Let the audience know who you are.
Okay. My name is Bukosi Moyo, the CEO and founder of Zimbabwe's first digital wholesale platform, PANNO. Think the audience know now.
Okay. Short and precise.
Short and precise.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Decent enough. So, anyways, before I get into the questions, I just wanted to take the time to acknowledge you for reaching out to be here and sharing more about your business. So that's very commendable.
Okay. Thank you. You're welcome.
Sure. So yeah, first question: what inspired you to start PANNO, and what problem did you want to solve?
Well, I think more of it came from my previous role as a merchandiser of Ring Sim.
Okay.
I used to work for Ring Sim 2022.
All right.
So I saw how small businesses, especially small to medium-sized enterprises in the retail sector, how they face challenges in acquiring products at competitive prices.
Okay.
Also, how suppliers got some problems in reaching out to new customers as well. So I saw an opportunity to create a digital wholesale platform that connects suppliers to businesses, and we also offer logistics at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I started PANNO.
Yes. That's interesting. So can you also walk me through PANNO's business model and how it differs from other businesses?
Well, the business model is quite simple, but innovative as well. Okay. So the business model is just in time. I think many people actually have a misconception on just in time. They think just in time is when a manufacturer keeps the order and waits for the consumer to purchase the product at the same time. But I think that actually is wrong.
Okay.
Because just in time is when a manufacturer does the order at the required time so that we save up for warehousing, electricity, and maintenance at the same time. So that's actually how PANNO business model is like. Okay. You get it? Yes. So it's actually just in time.
All right.
Exactly.
Yeah, quite innovative for sure. I don't think I could ever think of an idea like that. So how do you also ensure like the quality and authenticity of the products?
On the platform.
On the platform, yes.
Yeah, that's also quite simple as well. For a supplier or a manufacturer to feature products on our platform, we have to visit their offices first. Okay. Yes, so there are some registration documents. Actually, much of the stuff is done by the government and check. Exactly. So we just visit their office and see how they operate. Then we see if they fit the eligibility criteria to feature their products on our platform. So.
Okay. And so, obviously, considering how technology is taking the world by storm,
yes.
What role does technology play in PANNO's operations, and how do you leverage it for growth?
Well, I think PANNO is just based on technology, especially electronic commerce and artificial intelligence.
Okay.
So what technology, the technology that we use is to offer supply chain management, and at the same time to provide tracking of products on the platform. Okay. So if you are a small business or just a consumer who's interested in buying products in bulk, when you process the order on our platform, there's a tracking option. So actually, technology does that, and it's quite simple, and it also offers credibility of our platform.
Okay.
Yes.
So do you, maybe for interest's sake, technology-wise, this whole AI thing, do you ever get into like systems, maybe looking for other ways to, let's say, maybe you want to market your product? Do you ever?
Yes, there are some AI platforms that we use, maybe image generation.
Okay.
Yeah, we can use those for marketing.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think to a certain extent it can really benefit certain businesses, especially like yours, where you can generate be it any kind of product, either some kind of juice or anything like that. I think it's beneficial to some extent, although there's people who end up abusing it.
Yeah.
But I think generally, yeah, it really does help and also saves time, because I also look at my line of work.
Yes.
I'm in the advertising industry. So we get to design certain things, and but maybe you might want a flyer or a web banner or something.
Yes.
You might require certain products, drinks or for whatever, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Yeah, actually, looking at the industry, the wholesale and retail industry, fast-moving consumer packaged goods, it is quite interesting how the people buy products.
Okay.
Because in less cases, do they look at the technicals of the product. Okay. Actually, groceries, people buy more on heavy advertisements.
All right.
Yeah. So just take, for instance, you go into a shop. In rare cases, do you look at a soap, how it was manufactured, the brands and everything? Actually, what you just look for is, do you know the soap or not? Yeah. Or who told you about the soap? Yeah. So marketing, looking at AI, how it has simplified the process of marketing, it's quite interesting. Yeah. So we use AI very much.
Okay.
Yes.
At least, and I also appreciate the honesty, because there's people who actually like to run away from that, like it's all us. But
AI makes the job easier.
Yeah, because even generally we are considered as creatives in our industry.
Yes.
So you can come up with certain ideas, all of these things, but looking back at when AI was not there, it actually took us more time. Yes. To come up with certain products and everything. And you want to put all you have into whatever you're working on. But now I think it's more of working smart than working hard.
Yes, yeah, it's helpful for suppliers and manufacturers because of the marketing. Okay. Yeah, they do market their products efficiently. As I said, fast-moving consumer packaged goods. It's all about marketing.
That's true.
Less about technicals. I don't even know what substances were used to make the soap that I used to bath. Yeah. I just buy because somebody told me about it.
And even how it actually looks.
And how it exactly
plays a huge part. It's just unfortunate that sometimes we get scammed, especially when it comes to groceries or even foodstuffs. Like the package looks so amazing, but then the product itself, it's a different story. But at the end of the day, they've already made their money.
Yes.
So it's all about marketing and utilizing the technologies that are actually there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how do you approach building a strong team for PANNO, and what qualities do you look for in people you want to work with or the ones you already work with?
Yeah, firstly, we look for motivated individuals. Because when you are building a startup, it's all about motivation.
True.
Because if you're not motivated enough, you can simply give up.
Yeah.
You can simply give up because it's like you have it's like what you have is the most certain thing, yet you choose the most uncertain thing, which is a startup. So we look for motivated individuals. Then after that, we look at how creative they are and innovative. Because as a startup, you need to adapt to the economy that we are in. And overall, we just look for people that are interested or that are motivated in making Zimbabwe a better place. Because the startup, when you're looking at manufacturers, just in time saves a lot of things.
Okay.
Firstly, we save on warehousing because the budgeting, when you're looking at the future needs decent budgeting. So just in time offers that.
Okay.
You get. So we just look for people who are interested in making Zimbabwe a better place. We can save up on electricity. We can save up on bills, warehousing, building unnecessary equipment for unnecessary orders. We just place the order that is needed. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I like
you get the picture.
approach. Yeah. It's decent enough. And what are some of the most significant challenges you faced while building PANNO, and how have you overcome them?
Well, I would say for a startup anxiety.
Yes.
As I said, that you have the most certain thing and you choose the most uncertain one.
Yeah.
The most certain thing, you can just pursue your education and find a job. You might not find the job that you want, but you will find a job. But now a startup now is different. It's uncertain. Because it's not about building what you like. It's about building what the customers want.
Yes.
Exactly. So that's why we value feedback. So startup anxiety be the first problem. The second one, I think, capital.
Yeah.
When you're bootstrapping, you have to be cautious enough not to spend more than what you have on what is not necessary. And you might not know what is necessary or not. That's the problem. So we just end up doing it and get customer feedback, then we build what the customers want.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's always good to be open-minded when it comes to businesses, especially the startups.
Exactly.
You have to be very open-minded because there's so much how best can I put it? It's easy to make mistakes.
Yes.
Because there are certain things that you don't know. So there will be other people who can just approach you and just offer some advice like, okay, I think you need to do this. So by being open-minded, you can simply look at the kind of advice that you can take and apply to your own thing. Because sometimes it's not every advice that can actually apply to some of the things that you do.
Yes. The ones of an individual doesn't outweigh the needs of many. So it happens oftenly when an individual just come and says, you know what, I think your platform should be like this. But that's not what the majority needs.
Oh, true. Yes. True. Yeah, at least that's you can always work your way around certain things. So looking at where you currently are now, if you could go back to the start, would you do anything differently?
That's quite an interesting question. So you see, a startup is like this. It's like you go to war, then you win. So when you ask a person if you would go back to the start, would you choose to go back to war? But you know that you win, but would you choose to go back to the war? So it's interesting, but I think I'm just built that way. If I was to go back to the start, I think looking for a lot of funds before you start building the product would be helpful, like a lot. Yeah, exactly. Because bootstrapping, it's easier to be outfunded when you're building a startup.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you waste time. So I think acquiring funds first, then start building the platform. I'll do that.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually true. And you know, I think some of the interesting things are when you look at where you are now, like you said before, like you can't go back to the war when you've already won. Sometimes I think the most important and interesting thing is when you look back at how you started and some of the bumps you went through, the more you look at them, depending with how you are wired,
Exactly.
you can actually get so much inspiration from that to actually do more for the kind of business that you have. Yeah, of course, it's normal to look at things like, okay, I could have done this, I could have done that, especially like for my podcast. There's certain things that I always look back at, like, I could have done this better, I could have done this, but we are already here now.
Yeah.
And when I look back, I'm just like, okay, at least it's still existing.
It's still existing.
That's the most important thing.
That's the most important. Yeah, exactly.
So, what key lessons have you learned from building PANNO that other young entrepreneurs can benefit from?
Well, I think first and foremost, I'd say for a young entrepreneur, you need to be really motivated. That's true. Because, as I said, you have the most certain thing, yet you choose the most uncertain one. So you need to be really motivated. Saying that you need to make money is okay, but I don't think that motivation will keep you when the challenges come. You see. So first thing is motivation. So and secondly, you need to build a strong team. Yes, because some things you can't just do them by yourself. You just need a team so that you can help each other to build a better product. And thirdly, entrepreneurs should know that this startup thing, this startup thing is not a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a game. You should be innovative enough.
Yeah.
Yes, you should be innovative enough, and you should adapt to the environment. Yes, so that you build what is needed and not what you feel like is all right.
Yeah. And patience is greatly required in
Yes.
this kind of thing.
If you're not patient enough, you just give up.
And it's so easy to give up when you're not patient. But I think it's always good to think of certain things where when you feel tired or you feel so much pain, it's like your breakthrough is right around the corner. But for you to realize that, it's all because of the fact that you have so much patience.
Exactly.
But without that, one day I'm gonna actually tanga company. So yeah, I think it's actually a good thing to like being self-aware when it comes to those things. So what does a typical day look like for you in managing PANNO and getting things done?
Usually in the morning, I address the team.
Okay.
So that they know the importance of what we are building. Exactly. We are building something that will make Zimbabwe a great nation. That's the first thing that we do. Then secondly, I just look at the paperwork, maybe some emails, and respond to them. Then we start the normal day where we just receive orders, process them.
Okay.
Yeah, that's most of it.
All right. And do you sometimes feel overwhelmed before you go to like address the team? Like, I should not deal now for tonight.
Well, as I said, when we hire, we actually look for motivated individuals. So they should know that building a startup is not easy. They already know that. So when I address them, I'm addressing people who know what we are dealing with. Yes, we are dealing with uncertainty.
Yeah.
And we need to be cautious enough, and we need to work hard as well. Put in long hours. Exactly.
Okay. I actually like what you've been saying, particularly about this country.
Yes.
Like to make Zimbabwe a better place,
Yes.
better nation. You know, because I think obviously with the way our economy is, it's been so easy for people to be complacent. Like now it's actually second nature to many people. Like Zimbabwe na diri yakadhakwa chichi. But to hear someone saying we want to make Zimbabwe a better nation, it's inspiring, if I'm to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because you don't always get that many people saying that we want to make this country that's been going downwards a better place.
Actually, the small jobs matter. As in, if you look at it, industries have been overspending on products that are not needed. Some products will end up expiring.
Yeah.
They waste electricity. They waste a lot of things. So if we start by budgeting, by managing our funds, that electricity can be used for something else, maybe for households. Looking at load shedding. Yes, you can't have an industry processing a million products while its people just need a few thousand.
Okay.
Then you overstock them, and you waste on warehousing, you waste on paying employees, you waste on a lot of things. We should just make what is needed at the time that is needed. Exactly.
Okay. So how do you feel about having a company at this age? How does it feel to you?
It's interesting on what we've built, and I think I feel like I'm doing what is necessary for the country and for everyone. So it's a good feeling actually to have this kind of company in this environment. Yes.
Okay. I like that a lot, because it's sometimes people are only thinking about just money. Like, you have to make money. So yes, of course, money is a necessity.
Obviously.
But you also have to think about the next person. Like, what I'm doing, is it going to benefit the next person, and how is it going to benefit the next person? Because ukangozvifunga wega chete, then it's going to be a different story. That's when it becomes, mamwe companies anozopedzera toxic environments. It's because one person is just thinking solely about themselves and nothing more.
That's a bad habit.
Yeah. So like you keep on saying to make the country a better place. I really like that.
Yeah.
So what has been your proudest moment so far in your journey with PANNO?
I think launching the platform.
Okay.
That has been a proudest moment, because at some point it takes time. You don't know what you're building, how people are going to react to it. So when you launch and you receive positive comments, that now you know that what you're doing is important.
Not true.
Exactly. That has been my proudest moment.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, because launching something, I think, like you said, I think in regards to that anxiety,
exactly,
it's like 60 or 70% of our mind is more inclined to failure than success.
Yeah, that's startup anxiety. You just don't know that how are people going to react to this.
Yeah. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. And so, how do you see PANNO evolving in the next 2 to 3 years, and what are your plans to sustain it?
Well, I think we work hard enough to make PANNO a very efficient platform. We are going to approach that by increasing our supplier base. For a start, yes, having a lot of suppliers on the platform, and at the same time, making small to medium-sized enterprise aware of our service. Yeah, so that the more PANNO is being used by the community, the more budgeting there is. Yeah, the more we save up as a country. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like you're heading for something really interesting. And I wish you nothing but the best
Thank you.
when it comes
Thank
to PANNO. You definitely deserve that, because I mean, I can actually feel the energy, like the passion that you have. Like, yeah, I'll take some of it and use it to my own thing. Interesting, interesting question. This was not part of the whole. How has it been like working with the the man called Glenn?
Well, I think that's quite easier to answer because you know Glenn. So Glenn is a very much innovative person when it comes to marketing.
Okay.
Yes, I actually like his approach when it comes to marketing. Yes, he knows how to interact with the people. Exactly. At the same time, he provides some ideas, as in he knows the rounds. You get.
Yeah.
There are some places that you actually don't know of, but he knows how to approach. Exactly.
All right. That's cool. Because the reason why I brought that up,
Yes.
it's because we don't usually give people their flowers when they are still living, and they need to hear that firsthand.
Exactly.
Because even on this podcast, I mean, I met, was it like a year and a half ago? So at first when I saw him, I was just, because we met at church. So when I saw him, I was just like, kablazi pa Stephen up katori can't exist in real life, and he kind of looks like that guy.
Yeah, okay.
So, but regardless of that, he just came to me and said that he was very interested in doing video editing. So I was just like, this used to be me years back, when I was not 35, because I'm 35 now. I think in my 20s. I'm an ancestor now. So, but yeah, so I was just like, this used to be me a couple of years back in my younger days, but I didn't really have anyone who could carry me and assist me with that. So I was just like, okay, the stuff that I didn't really get, like, this is not to disregard anyone, particularly my parents. They had their own thoughts, and I respect that, especially when I look at it now. But looking at that kind of thing, I was just like, this was something that I didn't get when I wanted it. Now there's someone else who needs that, and I'm in a position where I feel like I can give them something. And so that's how we started working together. And like you said, he's very innovative, open-minded. And yeah, this is just giving the man his flowers, like the two of us.
Yeah, he should receive the flowers.
But he also needs to give us our flowers as well.
Yeah.
Okay, he's thinking of Valentine's. No, we mean the actual. So if PANNO were to make a major impact in the industry, what would you want that impact to be?
Well, I would want the impact of when suppliers, manufacturers, and small to medium-sized enterprise are aware of just in time
Okay.
and actually don't feel like it's some sort of innovative scam. You get.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would help actually on a lot of things. As I said earlier, saving up, budgeting, warehousing, all that.
Okay.
Yeah. And those buildings can be used for something else. Because we should just make what is needed at the time that is needed. And it's being used at that time, yes.
Okay. That's nice. So, an interesting one. Are there any companies or entrepreneurs you look up to or draw inspiration from?
Well, I think Mr. Vusa. Yeah, Mr. Vusa is an interesting person. He's the CEO and founder of Myrana. Myrana is a financial technology company that does cross-border payments.
Okay.
Yeah, he was able to identify the Zimbabwean needs because you know how much people are ordering products from outside the country.
Yeah.
People order products from Zambia, Tanzania, Botswana, South Africa. So Mr. Vusa was able to build a company that actually does those payments for them because I think it just used to take time for someone to go to Tanzania to process a payment.
Okay.
So he just made a financial technology company that does the process.
All right.
Yes.
Quite interesting. All right. And so, what advice would you give to someone looking to build a company at a young age? I know we might have covered some of that in bits, but you probably have something more you can share in regards to that.
Yes. When you want to build a company, you should identify the niche.
Okay.
Competition exists, you know. So I think I took that philosophy from 0 to 1, a book by Peter Thiel.
Okay.
Exactly. When he said that when building a product or a service, the best place to look for a secret is where nobody is looking. You would see that in the retail and wholesale sector. I mean, people just think of building tuck shops and maybe, I don't know what you'd build, but there are some things that most of the people do. And when you're building a startup, doing something that is already done is quite a terrible idea.
Okay.
Yes, because these guys have already grown. And for you to go into that same industry, it won't work well for you. So I think to identify a niche that is underserved in this economy and to understand the Zimbabwean economy and not build what you want, build what people need. I think that would do for them.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Well said. Well said. Before we wrap up, we have this segment called Quick Strides.
Okay.
So it's pretty much a segment where the audience gets to know you in a fun and lighthearted way. So just have 5 questions for you.
Okay. No problem.
So if you're ready, we can go.
Yeah, bring it on.
Okay, so first question. If PANNO had a slogan, what would it be?
Slogan. You know, people actually think that I'm more of a serious person, but I wouldn't blame them because the slogan that I'm thinking about,
Yeah.
as you said, that quick stride is when the audience know me in a lighter way. I don't know how they are going to take this, but I think the slogan will just be just in time, as it is our business model.
Okay.
Exactly. I think we'll use that slogan.
I think it's simply based on an idea, simplicity.
Exactly.
Rather. It's like less is more, because sometimes we like to complicate things very much. We want the things that sound so intellectual and everything, but I like your simplistic approach.
Okay.
Yeah. And second question, what entrepreneur would you love to have lunch with?
Mr. Vusa.
Okay.
Mr. Vusa, yes. Actually, I liked how Mr. Vusa approached this startup. When he first built, I actually followed Mr. Vusa for a long time. When he built his company, I was like, but it's simple, but at the same time, it's necessary.
Okay.
You know, when someone would think that, no, instead of this guy is going to Tanzania to to just place an order to process the payment,
Yeah.
let's build a company that does that for them.
Okay.
Yes, I would love to learn more from Mr. Vusa, and I think lunch will be okay.
Okay.
Yes.
So you'd pay for everything, or 50-50?
I would pay for the gentleman.
Okay, fair enough. And the next question, if PANNO was a movie, what genre would it be? Yes.
I think when it is coming from a founder's base, I think it would be an action movie. It's like a war building a startup. So
Okay.
yeah, it would be an action movie where you just go to the war, fight very hard. You don't know whether you succeed or not, but we succeeded to launch, and I'm very much excited about how we are moving. So I
Okay.
think PANNO would be an action movie. Yes.
All right. That's nice. I'm a big fan of action movies, so I would definitely watch that one. And next question, like, what's your go-to way to unwind after a busy day? Like, how do you usually detox?
I just sleep. I just go home, shower, and sleep. Then I wake up fresh-minded. Also, I'm a social person. At some point, I just talk to my friends and maybe my family. Then we continue with the work. The work we do is necessary.
All right. Nice. And I think rest is needed very much, because I'm someone who I deprive myself of sleep sometimes because you just want to work, but then the body accumulates so much, fatigue, and then that's when you end up being so grumpy and all of that.
And inefficient.
Very much. Yeah. So yeah, sleep is definitely a mandate for many. And the final question, describe PANNO in 3 words.
PANNO in 3 words.
Yes.
Efficiency, innovative, and empowering. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we empower the small to medium-sized enterprises and the suppliers as well.
All right.
And Zimbabwe as a whole.
Yeah, Zimbabwe always just needed to be in there somewhere.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, but that's good. That's good. Simple and direct. I like that.
Thank you.
So yeah, this is the end of the Quick Strides segment, and also the end of the episode. I appreciate you for coming through to share your business knowledge to the world, and I'm sure it will definitely help the next person that is watching this episode. And maybe I'll just give you some room to maybe just let the audience know about the way they can find you, maybe your social media pages, like the handles and everything. Then they can follow you afterwards.
Okay, so our platform is on a domain PANNO, and they can also find me on my number personally.
Okay, for business.
781-571-028. I think that's about it.
Okay, so the details are there. Call the men for business. Don't call for some other stuff. So yeah, I think with that, we've come to the end of our episode, and thank you again for being here. And yeah, if you've been getting value from my content, do leave your thoughts in the comments section. I'd love to know what you guys think. leave a like. And if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe, because I mean, this is just an interesting movement altogether. So yeah, this is from me, the director, and the man behind the scenes, none other than Glenn. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Well, thank you for having me.
Sure.